Good evening, guys. Good evening. It's a crazy day today. Well, I'm just coming from watching Mr. Tayali. He's still live, but we promised to come live, so we are here. Good evening, guys. Greeting you in the time zone. Nick, you want to greet our guests, or do you? Yeah, as usual. Tuposhanye as we share, guys. Welcome. Shkenwani Mudinga. He comments below where you're watching us from.
Good evening, viewers. As usual, Mudibwanji, Mudishani, Mudingai, Murikaboto, Muzwire Hande.
Mulikabotu.
Murikabutu. Kabutu.
Mulibuti, Banovantu.
Yeah, Mulibuti, Muzwire Hande, Mulitiani, Nafimbi Shalapo. Thank you very much, as usual, for coming to our show to take part in what we discuss of issues affecting the nation as usual. Sorry to have delayed this program today. We were listening to another powerful presentation by our very own Chirufe Tayali, which was quite exciting. But, we wish to apologize for the 30-minute delay that we have had today. But all the same, we welcome you. Greetings, good evening, good morning in your time zones, and welcome to this show. Thank you, Mama Pumzi.
Thank you, guys. Alex, how are you, my son? Good to see you, Massachusetts. Zebron Mwale, Mulishani Zebi, Ati Habitas, Chelsea Chewe from Mansansa. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Share. We are here. Tulipano. It's kind of depressing evening for me. What about you? Like, after listening to Tayali, I came in late, and all the stuff that I heard on Tayali's show is really depressing, guys. Comments below. Kature Landa. Let us just chat. Today, we had prepared a topic to talk about the protesters in Mkushi. So if you saw yesterday, there were youths who were protesting about a mine, which they were promised during campaign. And whatever I'm saying here is in the video. I am not making up anything. So the youths were saying that the President HH promised to give them the mine in Mkushi, but they have seen it is alleged that the mine is now being given to the First Lady, Mrs. Mutinda, and her brother, his name is Nixon or Felix, and Gilbert Liswaniso is also implicated, and also another gentleman, he's also implicated. Obvious Mwaliteta is also implicated, and then there is another foreign national implicated in that scandal. So that is what I wanted to talk about, and I want to talk about today. Guys, share. This thing of what we have started, this advocacy, let me not call it a thing, to be exact. The advocacy, guys, is really, really important, because we all need to unite and speak in one voice. Otherwise, we are going to lose our country. We are going to lose our country to a second colonialism. For me, the red flag came when the gentleman, when I heard the first video from Mr. Mark Lushimba from Congo, okay, I wasn't really alarmed about whatever is going, even though I was here talking to say, oh, the president needs to deliver his campaign promises and whatnot. I was not alarmed until I saw the first video from Mr. Mark Lushimba. Then I saw another video again from the same guy from Congo, a message to Zambian news, a message to Zambians, until we brought him on the show, and we had 2 shows with him. And for me, that was like the wake-up call, you know? That has really woken me up. And then yesterday we hear there are 22 Afghanis in the country. That has woken me up. It's like, what? Oh my God, where is this country heading? You know, where is this country heading? Every well-meaning Zambia need to be concerned, and we need to be talking. We are lucky because we are living in an age of technology. We can connect regardless of borders and connection and the time zones and locations. So let's use this to our advantage. Social media is bringing us together despite our location, time zones, you know. Yeah, barriers like you know, physical mainly, which is location, and time zone distance. Yeah. So social media has killed all those to allow us, if we really want to be connected, we can be connected. If it means me staying up to midnight to connect with you and vice versa, we can do it so that we save our country. I think it's upon us, as people who have seen the threat. I know some people, they are still doubting. I just read a stupid comment right now on Tayali's page. One person just made a stupid comment that they'll vote for HH for 2026 and beyond. I think that is a very careless comment for anyone to say that, considering what information is coming, is reaching us. The information we are being alerted of right now, people should be concerned. People should sit back and process this information. People should sit back and think the implications of what this new Dawn government is doing. Now, I want to talk firstly about this license thing, the Mining Act. So guys, the Mining Act is on the internet. Just type in Zambia Mining Act, you can pull it up. And then I pulled up an extract from the Mining Act, Zambian Mining Act, and I'll read it word for word. Let me pull up the extract from the Zambian Mining Act. Guys, the comments, mule commenta tulande. Ichi chalo chesu mukalala, mule kenokulala. Stop sleeping. If your friends, tag your friends up, babuki. Mukalala mukasange chalo na basenda. Ndemieva. People need to stop sleeping, and people need to pay attention to everything and question everything. Now, I posted something about small scale mining. It's an extract from the Zambia Mining Act. And remember, everything is on the internet. Tapali umuntu winga fabricative into. So, the Mining Act says there is no restriction on who can own a large-scale mining license. However, Section 29.2 of the Mine Act stipulates that Sino mining is reserved for Zambian only, for Zambian citizens only. Sino mining is mining of your tools like Ulukasu, Amapiki, the same mining that is being done, for example, in Mapatizia, or is it Kasenseli, or Lumezi? That kind of mining is reserved for Zambian citizens only, and I stand to be corrected. I got this extract from the Mines Act. Maybe they have removed it, but it came up. It's on Google. Accordingly, an artisanal mining license can only be granted to Zambian citizens or cooperative who wholly composed of Zambian citizens. So in your mine, I saw an article where they were talking to say the villagers, the local people, they have been banned. That is illegal. According to this law, guys, Zambians' rights are being infringed. So we are here to say what is going on with this new Dawn government. What is really going on? Everything is in black and white. It is the Mining Act. and nobody needs to get a license. If they need to get a license, it's just a formality. I see the hand, Anik. So if Zambia need to get a license, it is just a formality, but priority should be given to the owners of the land. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Mama Pumulo. First and foremost, I wish to address Kingsley Boyds on the page, who has said, stop lying, stop peddling lies. And if you have nothing to say on the page, close it and grow up. Kingsley, Kalale, that's all I have to tell you. And shame on you. You should be the one to open your page. What are you doing on this page? A very big shame on you. Kalale, we don't like blocking people on this page because we want you, the haters, to listen to us. And now if you become abusive, we will block you. What a shame. You come here to come and tell us nonsense? Oh, we are very capable of hitting back. Ask the audience. The two of us, we hit back. And ukaifumina powe mwine. Okay. Thank you.
So Kingsley Boyd, the peddling lies, they are not lies. Is it not true that, did you see Chilufya Tayali? Actually, go yourself to Pakra. That mine in Mkushi, the documents are there. What lie is that? Is that a lie? So if you're writing here so that your bosses see you, then they'll see you and they'll give you whatever money they'll give you, you get it. But I want to say that I am here for Zambians. I am here to stand for Zambian. I am here to stand with an oppressed person. My name is Pumulo Stumbeko. I could choose to support this new Dawn government based on my tribe, but I will not support anyone based on a tribe. I will support the truth. I will support someone who is doing the right for the people. I stand for the people. I stand with the people. So if you call standing with the people lies, then so be it. Wamfa, you were Boyd. If you call standing with the people and standing for the truth lies, then so be it. And don't tell me to grow up. I've already grown up. I even have a grandson. Go tell your mother to grow up. Go tell your mother to grow up. Not me.
Yeah, thank you, Mama Pumulo. I think sometimes wasting time on, I don't know whether we would want to call him a useful idiot, but we will not progress. I just want to make a comment on what you talked about, Mark Lushimba's video, that until you saw his video. For me, really, Mark Lushimba's video gave me goosebumps. Equally, the video of the gentleman who talked about aid to Zambia, the one that was eventually brought by Queen Cobra, although I had seen it before. That video gave me real goosebumps. And to be honest with you, I now agree with Dambisa Moyo, who talked about dead aid to Africa. It is dead aid. Because these people come in the form of aid as a way of recolonizing Africa. That's what they are trying to do. Today, before we started our program, I equally was watching Chilufya Tayali. And sometimes I tend to say, oh, well, I don't know how true this is and everything. But then the evidence that was brought on the page today was alarming. Was really, really alarming. To see people like Nixon Chibawe, Obvious Mwaliteta, being shareholders of the Mkushi mine. And the company was only registered in December 2021. And Liswaniso. No wonder this man doesn't want to declare his assets. He talks about morals. He wants other people to exercise morals. But he himself is not exercising these morals. What is so difficult about declaring his assets? And I said it the last time, does he want now, after the end of his term, to now come and say he owns this and that? Sometimes I doubt if President HH is as rich as we portray him to be. I doubt it now. Because if you had all these assets, you are a great businessman. There's no harm in you, declaring your assets. Regarding the person who says he will vote for HH until Jesus Christ comes on this earth. Honestly, I would like to say, in every society, there are fools. There are fools in every society. We live with them. We are born with them. We have to accept them. But we just know that even if we live with those fools, we also live with intellectuals, people who want to better the country, people who care for the children that are not even born. And so you think you can put somebody in power for Wamuyayaya? Get over it. Zambians are not as petty as you think they are. So those are my comments, Mama Pumi.
And I want to say, like, some of these things that are happening, I think we have to review the Constitution and see if there are reasons for impeachment, to start impeachment process for this president, because the scandals are too much. The scandals are too much scandals, Muliva, you don't need. Your middle name and your first name and your last name is a scandal and stealing and plundering. Those are the names of New Dawn. They are definition of a corrupt government, corrupt to the core. They have no shame. The same minister, he must be fired. He was there for Southern Province. Okay, now let's look at this. In Southern Province, when they went to the to talk to the small scale miners, it was all nice and comforting them. Where you'll be beneficiaries. Let's find a way in which we can have you give you licenses, you can all benefit in Southern Province, right? In Central Province, the protesters are arrested today as we speak. If you don't know, the protesters have been arrested for exercising their freedom of speech. It was a peaceful protest. And according to the Mines Act, if you have land and you find a mineral, it's yours. You don't need a license. These politicians are manipulating and abusing Zambians. Zambians rise up. In Lomwezi, they just need to help them do the paperwork and give them licenses and start a cooperative. If a big mine opens, then they can be helped to subcontract and find it. First, they source a local mining company, and then they can go international. Now they are skipping the whole chain from State House to America to get miners. What the hell is going on? What is the matter with you? What is the matter with our President Kanshi? We say no to that. We say no to that. We say no to selling the birthright of ourselves, which left us by our ancestors, ourselves and our grandchildren and our unborn grandchildren. That's what I'm trying to say. Generations to come, what are they going to find at this rate that you're going? Honestly, can you put a name? From a land you don't even become, as Tayari rightly said, it is Shilala. So only a certain type of people deserve to have to live in wealth in Zambia. Only a certain kind of people. You want to continue oppressing Zambians forever and ever, amen. While you become richer and richer, amen. We say no, Zambia, rise up. Zambia, it's time to rise up. Zambia, we are blessed. How many countries in the world are finding minerals like lithium? Lithium, I've just checked, in 2020, to, I think it was 34,000 US dollars per metric ton. Dollars about villages, they are buying from the villagers at almost like looting for nothing. I don't even know how much they are giving the villagers for the lithium, which is 34,000, and Sujilite is even more expensive. It's 80,000 per metric ton. So we are saying help our villagers, help our people come out of poverty. The planes are landing day in, day out, day out, carrying minerals. Why? They have clearance from plot 1. A plane cannot fly over an airspace of a country without the president knowing. They have to get clearance. So the president is fully aware of what is going on. The president is fully aware of these planes coming and landing, fly by night, fly by day, and coming to switch talk Zambians in their ears. You are cheering. Grow up. Papa tufikire nomba. It's Zambia for Zambians. All Zambians must prosper. Zambians, we cannot be millionaires if we have the people who are sharing the wealth. Zambia is not going to be rich by Mutinta owning a mine, a private mine in Mkushi.
Mama Pumulo, they are not giving licenses to Zambians because they are being selective. Extremely selective. Youth are being told to form cooperatives when it's a sheer waste of time. They have already decided who is going to operate in those mines. There are big fish operating in those mines, using those small boys in Mkushi. But the ones behind and getting the money are very big fish. And one day, it's just a matter of time, one day, and I mean just one day, you will be exposed. You will be exposed. One thing I always say, there is never a secret in life. There's no secret in life. People watch. Because you think you are telling a secret, but that person also tells the other person that and say, oh, it's a secret. Don't tell someone. Oh, it's a secret. Don't tell this one. And one day you will be exposed. We know everything that is happening. We know what Honorable Kabuswe is doing. We are aware. We are aware how this regime is so corrupt itself. But what is so amazing is that they have done it so quickly. In not only 2 years of being in power, the corruption activities are now surfacing. What a shame. It is really a shame. And I was saying here, declare your assets. And one Kalores Sichanama, or whatever his name is telling me to go to ECZ and I will find the assets that were declared by the president. Why should I have to go to ECZ? How many people will you tell to go to ECZ in order to know the assets of the president? His ministers have declared their assets. They were made public. They were in all the Zambian print media. Why haven't his assets been put on print media? And I really doubt if what you are saying that they are there at ECZ, because they would have been published. So don't come here and peddle lies. We, the Zambians, want to know. We want to know what his assets are. They are busy being shareholders in mining companies. Huh? Kaunda said it. Mukachula. They are coming in a different form. And that is what happens when you are a blue-eyed boy of the West. I've always said it. That's what happens. We need to think of the Zambians that are suffering here. the Zambians that have no medicines in the hospitals, the Zambians that you are saying you have given free education. It's free education to go to that classroom, but free education comes with a lot. But you want to be methodical. Is that what you call methodical? When your own people are being caught stealing left, right, and center? Uyokulumezi uyo na wekata. Mulese bana mulelapila.
Not only people, your wife is implicated. If your wife is implicated, it's you. Nishiteyiwe. In other words, because Mutinta, the first lady, cannot put her name on any money unless the husband is aware. Where can Mutinta wake up and say, I want to own shares in that money? Yeah? Where? Do we know Mutinta to be a businesswoman? Has Mutinta ever been a businesswoman in Zambia? Does she have any business interests? Do we know of any business dealings by the first lady? No. For me, this is the first time. This is the first time I've heard the first lady to be in any kind of a business deal. I've never heard of her selling a saraula or she has a boutique. I have never heard. This is the first. So from dealing nothing to going straight to owning a mine. And as a president, as a sitting president, if your wife goes behind your back and has a deal, has a share to a deal to own mining shares without your knowledge, then the president should come he should come out and tell the nation. In Cameroon, the president, his wife was dealing in gold behind his back. And what did they do? The woman was sent to jail. Maybe they released her, but she was tried in court. So as far as we are concerned, Mutinta, this deal that she's on, the president is fully aware. And God will expose you. You can't be preaching Jesus, Jesus, and then behind the back, if you have to expose, pole.
Mama Pumulo, just read the message from Michelle Morel.
Michelle Morel, what does she say? Regarding the current administration's alignment with the West, do you believe that it's an inhibitor to progressing on the debt restructuring agenda, especially with China, which accounts for 6 billion of the outstanding 17 billion external debt? What would be better if we were not aligned? Yes. I think it would be better if we are not aligned. Like Zambia, what we have, I always say here to say, Zambia is a hot cake, what we have. And this thing of going to get loans, any government should move away from it. They should negotiate goods for goods. For example, we owe China so much money, they can just say, how much gold do you need or cobalt do you need? What's the value? Equate the value to the goods, and then they can cancel out their goods in the loans in that manner. For me, I strongly feel the days of getting loans should be a thing of the past, because loans, as we have seen, are a cash cow to politicians. When they get these loans, look at all the money that is borrowed. 17 billion, honestly. Zambia is in debt for 17 billion US dollars. If that money was used for the purpose it's intended, wouldn't Zambia be a paradise right now? Our roads, our hospitals, housing, water, sanitation. But the thing is, when this money comes, it is a cash cow for politicians. And for me, I say, let us move away from getting loans. Let us negotiate goods for goods or goods for services. Chapwa, America, they specialize in pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, they make vehicles. They can be like, okay, we have so much copper, we need so many vehicles, provide us so many ambulances, provide our medication for our hospitals. America is fully capable of doing that. But instead, they are bringing Americans to own the mines. and giving them zero. Literally, they are actually, this government is looting, is giving away our minerals for free. It's a plunder, it's theft. You are stealing from the Zambians because the same people you are stealing from. So how can you make a deal where you are not getting anything? I was watching Bakalaba saying that, you know what, copper accounts for like 78% of our income, but for GDP is less than 12%. What the money coming in is very low compared to what we are putting out. So we are already in the negative because of the deal that our president has given to the mining companies. And that is at our expense, because if to let you, Zambians are suffering.
And he has allowed the mining companies to take the money out of the country.
Yes, to bank it outside.
You see? And we are complaining about no money in circulation.
This is why.
Like that. But there we are. You know, our mines have been given for a song. At the same time, even the money is being taken out of the country. The dollar, which they promised that the dollar will be stabilized, I can challenge you by next week, that dollar is getting to 23. So the dollar should be at this. Huh? The fuel prices, you should put it at this. Increase on electricity, increase on millimil. You know, all these things are just being dictated. Huh? So make the lives of the Zambians unbearable, unbearable. It is okay if you have services for your people, services that they can, you know, they can go to, like good health. You know, nowadays, Mama Pumulo, if you see, even the roads are not even being attended to. Roads that were not even built by PF. I live in Lusaka. I know the roads that were built by PF and those that were not. Old roads that were not even attended to by PF, they are pathetic. There are potholes everywhere. In Los Angeles Boulevard, that road has never been attended to, but that road has stood the test of time. And now, whenever there is a pothole, guess what they come to put? They come and put quarry and cement. What a shame. Just bitumen to put there and repair the road. But they'll come and give us quarry and cement. That's what they're doing. If you complain, you're always reminded of the previous government. You're always reminded of the debt. But when you go into these deals with the West, why aren't you reminding yourselves about the previous government? Because they never went into deals with the West. They said no to it. Thank you, Mama.
Wow, Mandi, Katrisha Hotulea. Kukosa tufele tu akosa. You know, like the thing which has struck me today, Anik, is the revelation where the Minister of Mines, Bakapuswe, went to negotiate with the small-scale miners in Southern Province. But there are other miners in like Northwestern, in Mkushi, Wapula, police were sent there. And we are seeing some youths have been arrested. This is the tribalism we are talking about. So other people, when they protest, they are told to come, they are told to calm down and things will be worked out. Other people, when they protest, they are put in jail.
Exactly. So you can see there, Mama Pumulo, that it's not balanced. It is about wako ni wako. It's about wako ni wako. Kabuswe went there to Southern Province to pacify those youths that were mining, to tell them not the way it should be done. It should be done in such and such a way. But if it were other people, say if it was the opposition doing that, they would be in cells by today. If we didn't expose them about Sujilite, these vices would have gone on. And so the Zambians are watching. Let's all buy those binoculars that Nakachinda is wearing along his neck every day. We are watching what is going on. Now the Zambians are even more alert than ever. They are watching.
Because of social media, we are able to connect. That's why never fire social media.
And also because of the rot that happened in the past.
We have learned once bitten, twice shy.
Yes. And people are telling us, oh, you must shut up. At least you can even talk on social media. In those days of the PF, you could not talk. You could just be beaten on the streets. So is that what is what the PF did good?
And it is abrogation of the constitution. I have the Zambian constitution here. Article 20.1, Zambian constitution. Protection of freedom of expression, except with his own consent. No person shall be hindered in enjoyment of his freedom of expression. That is to say, freedom to hold opinion without interference, freedom to receive ideas and information without interference, freedom to impart and communicate ideas and information without interference, whether the communication to be in public generally or to a person or a class of persons, and freedom from interference with his correspondence. So it's there, guys. It's in the Zambian constitution. Let Zambia be Zambia. Zambia is a democracy. I have the constitution here. I printed it. Zambia is a democracy. And everything is on the internet. Just print. Just hit Ngamapa Google. You enter Zambian constitution PDF format. It's going to come up. Let's learn to read and know our rights, and let's protect ourselves with the constitution. That is the only thing. That's why they use their constitution to protect themselves. Zambians too must learn to know their rights, because if you know their rights, you cannot be intimidated. You cannot be arrested for no reason. If someone comes to arrest you, you ask them, why are you arresting me? What crime have I committed? Someone can't just come and arrest you for what? For expressing your opinion, which you are entitled to according to the constitution? No.
They say we are alarming the public.
They are the ones alarming the public by concealing information. So we are alarmed. What? You never want to change. They are ones alarming us by doing things behind our back, signing deals without disclosing what they're signing. If other countries can disclose, what is stopping this new Dawn government from disclosing what they are doing? So you are causing a problem, a situation, and then you turn around somebody who is reacting from what you're doing and you charge them with an offense. It's a shame. It is a shame.
Mama Pumulo Astrida Mwasukeni has just said her thoughts are on the Ndola Dual Carriage Road they signed, 25 years of toll fees collection. Certain things, they will affect our future generation. Madam Astrida, for me, I think this is beyond comment. If you really know how sore our hearts are for this PPE, it's a shame. It's a shame and it's a sham. 25 years. So you are now even privatizing the roads. Because this is privatization. For me, 25 years, you are privatizing a road. Kuriba Mwisa. Again, it wasn't enough, those other privatizations in the 90s. So privatization should come back in this century, honestly. And then you say the PF had signed a deal for that road and even paid $30 million. Apparently the PF had paid $30 million already to the contractor who was supposed to do that road. And they had signed a deal of about 1.3 billion and paid 30 million. And so you can imagine the difference as opposed to what the UPND has signed of 577 million. It's one and the same. What is 25 years? Huh? It is one and the same.
And they are saying that the new Dawn Road is shorter. It's a shorter in terms of kilometers, and then it's just a road. But the PF road had amenities, including like layaways, hotels, filling stations, and all those things along the road. So it wasn't just Museboweka, it was a full package. And it was longer, I think up to Katwishi. I won't lie, but they say the road went beyond Ndola and maybe south as well. I don't know.
Exactly, Mama Pumulo. 25 years for me, you have said 3 years of maintenance and then 22 years of collecting toll fees. So those toll fees, there are about 3 or 4 toll fees and before you get to Ndola. When will they ever finish?
Because after 25 years, like I said, we have maintenance. Again, they will sign another contract to maintain the same road.
So those three toll fees will give them the balance after 25 years? Hell no. It will probably even double.
For me, what I would have done, I would have gone to China and said, China, you are good at construction. Let's strike a deal. Give us engineers and technicians who provide the labor and the material. It won't even cost Shimpia Balelan. Because China has done a lot of things, constructions in Zambia. Now I hear this company that is constructing this road is a company that deal in recycled plastic. They are not even into construction. So they are probably also going to subcontract.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mama Pumulo, but I believe that the deal has been given to Avic.
But I hear whoever it is given to, it's a company that deals in recycled plastic. They are not a construction company. I listened to Amwenda yesterday. That's what he said.
Yeah. Because I would have thought Avic is Chinese. I stand to be corrected. Maybe someone here needs to correct me. But the bottom line is, just giving away again your resources, just like that. Because for me, it is giving away the resources. Unless you are telling me the people that are going to build the road are going to maintain and rebuild again after some years. If you are telling me,
I missed Queen Cobra, Mama. Queen Cobra said the UPND will make Zambia. Oh, she's live right now. Queen Cobra said the UPND will make Zambia lose, I think, 87 billion or some 87 billion kwacha with the deal they have signed. So I don't know how she came to that calculation, but she says Zambia is going to lose almost 100 billion kwacha.
Well, Mama Pumulo, she probably just calculated how many, an amount of, an average, how many average cars use those toll gates per day, and multiplied them to 25 years. Because that is just now another right of the Zambians given away. It's given away, finish, it's gone. And that's why I said one day, wakatushtisha muno muchalo, isho emisebo bambo kushtisha bambo kushita privatize. Soon even the land will be privatized. In Zambia, you cannot own land until you open a company and you have Zambian shareholders. That's when you can buy land as a foreigner. Otherwise, you just cannot go and buy land like this, and which I think it's a very good law. But the way I'm seeing this government operating, very soon, even foreigners will just be coming here and buying land. That's the way it's going to be.
They are doing it already. They are kicking out people, you know. In Kitwe, there's an area where people have been kicked out from their land. They have lived there 50 years and it's been sold. So they're just selling land to the highest bidder.
Yes, even the Chinese are busy buying land. Some of them are even taking their maids as shareholders. Kanshina maid who amunga that Teshiviati is a shareholder to a certain company.
Let a radio of it. Imagine,
Yes.
Matama Zambians, we are so corrupt.
Yeah.
Some of these people in these offices,
And so Zambians, wake up, open your eyes, be alert, see what is going on in this country. If you see something going wrong, we now have forums where you can talk. Give out the information. Otherwise, ichalo chonse bakashitisha. Elo bakashitisha na abantu bena ba Muzambia. Even the unborn children will already be sold in this country. More than 5 years, sure, you want to go in this way? What took your friends 10 years to destroy? Imamrefu kufichita bwangu ni Speedy Gonzales.
Kai balelolela, balina kokulolela more opposition. So nina fi mwenenji. Balina kokulolela. So yeah, one thing. It's depressing.
We'll keep on talking, we'll keep on opening the eyes of the Zambians. So gone are the days where Zambians were not interested in what's happening in their country. Now there is a different Zambia. The youth have opened their eyes because they have suffered long enough. They have suffered long enough. Youth now, from a CDF of 1.8 million, we are now giving 28 million. 28 million. Ishakuiba. Because you are selling things and getting that money. And that's why you are affording. Because I ask yourself, if really you ride on the fact that you inherited a treasury that was zilch, zero. Then in the same vein, you are talking about increasing the CDH from 1.8 to 28 million.
You know, Anik, it's a blank check. That's why Kabale paid CDF, because money is not there. So those were lies. Why did you have fee to get the vote? Boucher, if they have the money, they have funded everyone who would be ought to be smiling.
Well, I'm saying this, Mama Pumulo, because CDF is now moving. It is moving. Even our very own MP of Lumezi, who we had on this program, I watched a program the other day. They are now implementing some of the CDF that they have received in Lumezi.
They should. That's good.
You see? But what I am saying is, you know, honestly, the difference of CDF of 1.8 to 28 million, and you said you inherited 0 coffers. Where we now have to pay back with our minerals. Tell us. You see? Thank you, Mama Dorothy. Indeed, late Dr. Kaunda did warn us, but we never heeded to the warning. And how quickly that clip of Dr. Kaunda was removed from ZNBC. It was like, phew, gone. It was the truth. Once a businessman, always a businessman or a woman. Kanshi, you look at where you can make money, what you can sell. You know, when people are used to selling, even in their house, they look and say, oh, do I really need this? I can make so much from it and even buy something better.
Some people even sell their shoes.
Yes.
Now, TV na Porsche, TV tapali chilimba na bashitisha.
Kanshi moba UPND mukashitisha ekyalo twapapata. Abana bakiri abanono. They are still growing. Some are yet to come.
This is just a warning. All this you are doing is crimes against humanity. You know, now these people, they are using companies. You know, you cannot go after a company. I mean, you cannot go after a person. If a company, if these people, they are dealing with you as companies, you cannot go and arrest a company. Mamona. But the person, the president who is dealing with these businesses, when the time comes, the law will go after the president. But our lesson and our Duma companies, it will be a case, Zambian president versus so and so company jointly charged. Or Zambia minister of mines and so company charged. Mukafirwa kwa kubutukira abamantu bomuleshitishako nani kane. Bakabutuka bakaya. They will go. And they have lawyers to represent them. No, but how are you going to face the Zambians? After all is said and done. Because meaning everything comes to an end. All these deals they are doing, now they in fact, they have started too early. So these deals one day, they will end. And what is going to become of our beloved president and his government? What is going to become of him? Does he think he will get away with everything that he's doing? All the injustice to the 20 million Zambia, minus 50, maybe 100 people, his ministers and their families. Millions of people are being affected by our president and his decisions. And the day of reckoning is coming. So but it's scandalizing our president. I never scandal. His wife scandal our president. How can your wife be in a scandal? And you don't know about it. It means you know about it. Apa to Africa nomba opo nombe imilandu shamba kukonkonsha pa community house nikuma last. Where now these scandals are actually knocking on the president's door. His first lady is there. Is implicated. This is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the, actually, mark my words. You know, history always repeats itself. What we are saying here is nothing new. Great rulers have come and gone. People who were worshipped, but they just made one mistake, you know. They say when you're making deals, make everyone in there whom you are dealing with happy. Because that one person who you leave out in that deal will be the beginning of your problems. And from the beginning, when you don't want to have been talking, so number but PF, they went down together. Did the PF PF were solid because they all took care of each other. If they made a deal, they were all in on it. That's why even today, PF as a party is intact because they love each other. They care for each other. But this new dawn is disintegrating from the top because they don't care. They have neglected their own people who help them. And for me, these are my last words as we close, Anik. This is the beginning. This is the ship new dawn. This is nose diving now, and it's going to crash land very soon. Mark my words.
Thank you, Mama Pumulo. As we close, I just want to bring one short subject, Mama Pumulo. I want to talk about Parliament. Parliament. Imwemwema speakers and the chairpersons who are there heading the House, stop infringing on the constitutional rights of other members of Parliament. Those independent members of Parliament, you are curtailing them. Parliament, we know it has its own rules, which are in the Book of Standing Orders. Today, I watched Parliament. The MP of Petauke, who was giving he was trying to give his message across. And the MPs in the ruling party were calling him Chikopo. Shame on you. Ichikopo? So you think those people that voted for him are stupid? If we look at all of you, all those MPs that are there, nimomo asambirira. Nimomo akwata amano kuchiraba nenu. Because you would stand up to the nonsense that is happening now. You would. People debating on emotions. Honorable Sylvia Masebo, stop it. Stop debating on emotions. You know, she's talking, and if it was an opposition member of parliament, they would have been told to walk out of the room. Why are we giving so much respect to MPs that are ministers in the House? You should see how they address them in the House. Both the speaker or the chairman, how they address those ministers who are MPs with so much respect. And they want to disrespect others who were equally voted by, sometimes even by more people that voted for those ministers. Honorable Masebo, she's on record. She turns around and says, oh, because she's heckled at, and she turns around and says, Arikuti Dora nai. Dora si abwerere chabe muno munyumba. I mean, you know, that parliament has a decorum. Have respect for that house. When you go to that house, we look at you, we watch, we listen to what you say. And so respect other MPs. The MP for Petauke, much as he does not have university degrees, he is equally able to debate. He's an adult. Respect him. Mulefu Afieze, all the entire MPs, they should come from UPND. Honorable Given Katuta today was being heckled at as she was speaking. And then what happened? She was asked to leave the house. Shame on you, men. Learn to respect women. Don't abuse women in the name of being intelligent, that you are more intelligent than the women. That's why Abana Kashibana Tina to take up leadership positions. Because you abuse them. You harass them. So these parliamentarians should learn to respect themselves. Naimomwema speakers, stop being biased. Even the chairmen of parliament, stop being biased. Because at the end of the day, I think you are all cadres anyway. Some of you have been seen with regalia. It's not a secret. So work professionally. Honorable Munia Zulu, how many times are you going to trample on him? How many times? The young man is trying to keep his head above the water, but every time he gets up, you just bash him. You bash the opposition. We are watching you. Our speaker, our chairman, stop it. Let's learn to respect opposition in this country. especially also the independent MPs. Thank you, Mama Pumulo.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's like, you know, they are so unprofessional. Just listening to them, you know, the MPs are trying. I think this new dawn, they wanted one party state, everybody fired it. I watched a little bit of the clip. It's like, so what? Okay, if the main opposition sponsor a motion which was raised by somebody because he's independent, so what? Deal with the issue. Focus about the point of order. Don't focus who brought it on, as long as it's valid. For me, that's how I look at it. You know? So inkala mungairesa okufumoko omuntu alepunda enkala mwe small kid ilepunda tinkala muireisa. Ine I start as a grandmother saying inkala muireisa. I tell you, are you going to doubt me because it's coming from me? I mean, are you going to doubt it because it's coming from a small child? The fact is, the child is the one who saw the lion coming and told us. So we have to act. Parliament, do not look at the size of Munia. He's young, he's equivalent to be your son. Some of you, your grandchildren. In fact, it's a sign that some of you should not even be in Parliament. You have outlived your usefulness in that Parliament. That's why nothing is happening. We need fresh brains in that Parliament, is all I can say. We need fresh brain, fresh ideas, and Munia is representing the population of Zambia. 3/4 of Zambia is in Munia's generation, his age. So when he speaks there, he's speaking by electorate, people who elected them. Most of these old people in the Parliament, they are representing 10% of Zambians. They are not real with reality. They are out of touch. They are out of touch.
Imagine Mama Pumulo, the MP for Petauke was on the floor delivering his speech, and the acting speaker of the house had the audacity to tell him, you are struggling to deliver your message. You are struggling to deliver your message, and based on that, sit down. Probably it is time that now we bring in local languages in Parliament, because some people also cannot talk English.
Translate our sign language. So yes. Munia should carry his own translator there.
No,
language.
The Petauke MP, the government now should provide translators in the house. If they can give sign language people on TV, we can also equally translate a message that an MP is trying to deliver and is not very comfortable in English. Maybe he's comfortable in his own mother tongue.
Exactly.
Huh? And then you have the audacity to tell the young man who was voted by thousands of people who trust in him that you are struggling to deliver your message and therefore sit down.
That is a violation of human rights.
It is a
violation.
Thank you, Mama Zain. JJ Banda. That's his name, you know.
He even follows our page. He follows our page.
So we have to advocate for multiple, at least to choose certain languages that people can use in that Parliament, you know. And we should have translators for those languages.
It's
so that
shameful.
Comfortable.
You know what? These people are never for a dictatorship in Zambia. They just want it, you know, even, and maybe she knew what he was trying to say. Why couldn't he ask him to speak in his language? Why whoever sit down? Like, really?
It's sad.
Hello, you know, you want to much it's now well, and I put a little Uyuna nikana Kingsley Boyd's. I let we touch back way. Kingsley Boyd is calling us back way.
Oh, that's nice. Then
As
we
a
must look
responsible president has given you peace and you are allergic to it. So we are allergic to peace. Iwe Kingsley, if me and Nick grew up in the time of Super Ken, we don't know violence. We grew up in a peaceful time. For your own information.
Mama Pumulo, basule nikofu bali abapuma.
Nala mu blog or you can let we touch Conway. No,
you know, for me, Mama Pumulo, do not block them. For them to come on this page, that means they are enjoying the message. Don't block them. Huh? Dimbuku afumine kuri bakolwe. Mwamonai. So, next time tukaleta po bakolwe banankwe abakesa mwa.
Kebeba bosi bobo yo beba bosi bobo yacha abantu muzambia na abafurwa kusheti twalia peace twaibula peace twaibika pambale twaichepula twailia. Tutwalia peace. So amazambia ni balebula peace bokuya Mkushi tobunga. Don't be
Mama
ridiculous.
Pulo, nitulie moyo.
His job. That's why he was given a job and is being paid. And we are actually overpaying him because our never president face 35 trips. Has he earned all those trips he's taking?
Mama Pumulo, let him go to community house and utter those words. Kasuren Fiekadia is just like a little insect. Let's progress.
So anyway, in the parliament, that's the Zambian parliament. It needs a makeover. I don't know what to do. Cosmetic. Zambian parliament needs a makeover. I think they just need to, I don't know, the speaker, she just sends a wrong tone. You know, I think it all revolves around the speaker. The tone of the atmosphere, you know, the tempo is wrong. It's like bullying people. You know, MP sit down. I don't know, Manzi.
Many times they want to answer questions coming from the independent and opposition MPs. They want to answer those questions on behalf of the ruling party MPs who are sitting there. Those are the people. Those are the people he should be calling at Bakorwe, not Ifwe. Huh? There's so much biasness in there, and it can be seen across the floor. Huh? And she equally does not reprimand the ruling party MPs when they are heckling at someone, because it disturbs you. You know, look how we have just been disturbed on this program because of this little boy who has come here to attribute insults to us. And so someone is deliberating something of very great importance affecting the nation. And then you call someone at the wage kopo.
They don't want to face the truth. They don't want to face the truth. So no my name calling. You know, when you can't think, you start insults. So who is the empty team? Because in a moment of one day, I'm talking sense. Why or sit down or
yeah. Another thing I would like to say is, you know, the ruling parliamentarians do not turn down motions that are brought onto the floor by the opposition because of your hatred for them. It's not correct.
They have no answers. It's not correct. It's not hatred. But the problem is they don't have the answer.
You see, those when they bring motions like that, they are speaking on behalf of all of us. They are not speaking for you. They are speaking. So let's stop this personalizing, or you want to come back and say we are doing things systematically, methodically. Ukula iya uku iwaba sujela ichikulia kwa di method ya msango sana. Was that
methodically yoine? Babe kata tabako ite method decho babe kati.
Yeah. So, Mama Pomolo, we are here. We'll continue talking on behalf of the Zambians. For me, my last words are, I really thank you for your support. We hope this page will is growing by the day. Fellow listeners, continue tagging and tagging. I'm seeing new faces on this page now. I wish to say thank you. Share, and continue tagging as many people as possible. It is because of you that this country will become a better and safer place for us and our children and our unborn children. We are here, we are talking for the voiceless. We are here, we are talking for the vulnerable. Those who cannot come on the podium to talk, we are there to talk for you. And so we hope this government is going to do the right thing. We hope it's never too late. Mwashara na 3 years. Do good. We will support you if you do good. We are not mad to come every day to come and talk about your negatives. No, we want to see some good so that tomorrow we can say, oh, today we are here to soprano, to tenor, to alto, and to bass, the UPND. In short, to praise, sing. But for as long as you're not doing good, we will not praise, sing. Thank you, Mama Promo.
Thank you, Mama. I think Uyu Kings, I think you need praise singer, the Roba praise singer of Mako Pano, but you know what? Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. All the new viewers, we appreciate you. Tag people, share with people. We are here to Ali Pela Fwemambi to talk, and you know, the situation is even becoming more sensitive, you know, with this, you know, implication of the First Lady. So I think Zambians, all of us, wake up. I'm antenna, I'm a flags here. We have to have ears to the ground. Ears to the ground, Zambians, ears to the ground. So thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. We don't know, like every day is always something happening. Yes, Mama?
Every day is, please continue to pray for us, because every day we come here, we say, thank God we are still alive, we are still breathing, we are able to talk. Thank you, Mama Mary Moore. We will not despair. Zambia does indeed belong to all of us. Good night, people.
Good night. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Sleep tight.